morning. We'll share President Trump's latest move to boost the coal industry throughout the U.S. And a bill that supporters say could lead to more affordable housing cleared a Senate committee yesterday.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Neely Green here with you on this Thursday, February 12th. The time is now 6 o'clock, and let's check in with meteorologist Megan Desmond for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, yesterday actually did feel pretty nice outside too.
I know, honestly, kind of better in a way, right? I mean, maybe that's just me, but I kind of enjoyed those 40s, 50s, and the sunshine wasn't the worst, right? Today, we will be looking at the same temperature range, but it will feel a little bit cooler, though, unfortunately, as we don't have that sunshine this afternoon. So let's break into that forecast this morning. A mixture of 20s, so winter coat's definitely going to be necessary as you're starting your day, but by the afternoon, that's when we're seeing those 40s make a return. Some folks having a chance of hitting that 50-degree mark as we're heading more towards the southwest. 50 is that forecast high for Jacksboro, but as I mentioned, there will be a lot of clouds later this afternoon, but as of right now, we're looking plenty clear, mostly sunny skies by the time that sun does eventually rise. Neely.
Thank you, Megan. Police are investigating after a man was found dead in Rowan County. Moorhead Dispatch says they received a call from someone around noon yesterday saying they found a body off of Rock Fork Road. The man hasn't been identified yet, but the coroner says he was 41 years old. Police are still working to determine what happened leading up to his death. State police are investigating a deadly crash in Bull County. Troopers say the three-vehicle crash happened Tuesday afternoon on Danville Road. Investigators say an 18-year-old was driving east when he crossed the center line while trying to pass an SUV that was slowing down to turn. Troopers say his truck hit the back of that vehicle, then hit an oncoming van. That driver, 80-year-old Larry Myers, died at the scene. The other two drivers were taken to Ephraim McDowell Regional Medical Center, and they are expected to be okay. Local police say they've received 18,000 calls since the mother of Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie disappeared. The search to find 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie is intensifying, with investigators searching multiple roadways on foot Wednesday. As there are reports of another alleged ransom note, CBS's Bradley Blackburn has more from New York.
FBI search teams were seen walking roadways around Tucson and the Catalina foothills, scouring for clues in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. The New York Post reports that authorities had found a black glove near the crime scene that's similar to ones worn by the masked individual in security camera images from the night the 84-year-old disappeared.
There are a cascade, like a waterfall of leads that come directly from that video.
Retired FBI Special Agent Lance Lysing says the video images could be the key to helping investigators break the case.
We're going to hope that a family member, a friend, somebody who knows that person is going to report them. That's the tip you need.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department says thousands of new tips have been received since the footage was released. A neighbor says authorities also questioned her about her home surveillance cameras, particularly from the night Guthrie disappeared.
They did ask specifically for the 31st of January and the morning of the 1st of February. And then they wanted to know if we saw anything suspicious on our cameras.
Meanwhile, TMZ says it received another unverified ransom note Wednesday related to the case, though this time the sender is someone claiming to offer information on an alleged kidnapper. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
The FBI and Pima County Sheriff, along with the Guthrie family, continue to ask the public to come forward with any information that could help with the investigation. Authorities have set up multiple tip lines. The FBI is also offering a $50,000 reward for information that leads to the return of Nancy Guthrie. Fallout from the Epstein files continued on Capitol Hill yesterday as Attorney General Pam Bondi faced tough scrutiny over her handling of the documents. Attorney General Pam Bondi spoke to a congressional committee knowing that survivors of Epstein dressed in white t-shirts were listening. But she would not apologize for the release of the Epstein files that included names of survivors who wanted to stay anonymous.
Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through.
I'm not going to get in the gutter for her theatrics.
Bondi refused to answer many questions, including those about President Trump's past ties with Epstein. The grilling on Capitol Hill comes as more public figures and organizations face scrutiny for communications with Epstein. Friday, President Donald Trump will travel to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, to meet with U.S. military members involved in the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro last month. The White House announced the visit Tuesday, saying Trump and First Lady Melania Trump will meet with military families and Special Forces members who carried out Operation Absolute Resolve. The operation marked the culmination of months-long effort to remove Maduro from power. The president had expressed concerns along the way about potential unintended consequences of military intervention, but he eventually put aside those reservations and approved the mission. President Trump met Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House Wednesday. During the meeting, Trump told Netanyahu the U.S. will continue to pursue diplomacy with Iran. One source says Israel remains skeptical negotiations between the U.S. and Iran will succeed. Another says Netanyahu planned to present Trump with fresh intelligence on Iran's military capabilities. Israel's surprise attack on Iran's military and nuclear facilities in June derailed a series of ongoing talks between the U.S. and Iran. President Trump hosted a so-called Clean Beautiful Coal event at the White House yesterday afternoon. He announced a major executive order aimed at reviving the coal industry. Officials also gave the president a trophy naming him the undisputed champion of beautiful clean coal. A bill that supporters say could lead to more affordable housing cleared a Senate committee yesterday. This comes from months of complaints and concerns that it is difficult for people to find homes. Senator Robbie Mills said the bill would set up new development districts and waive sales tax on building supplies for first-time home builders and buyers.
We need to get people off the streets and things of that nature, people that are surfing couches. They hit affordable housing. If people move out of affordable housing into their first-time homeowners, that makes room for more affordable housing.
Senator Mills says the bill approved simply removes some red tape and regulations to make the home construction process smoother. The bill now heads to the full Senate. A bill called the Crystal Rogers Act has ununanimously passed through the House. House Bill 305 is meant to protect criminal investigations by punishing anyone who records or shares grand jury testimony. Recording a grand jury is already illegal in Kentucky, but the statute of limitations is 1 year. House Bill 305 would raise it to 10 years. Sponsors say a bill like this would have allowed them to prosecute Brooks Houck's family after it was discovered they discreetly recorded testimony on Rogers' case. Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell is out of the hospital and working from home. Kentucky's longest-serving senator ever was released from the hospital Tuesday night after an 8-day stay. He checked himself in after experiencing flu-like symptoms. A statement from McConnell's office says he's grateful for the outstanding care he received and is feeling better. McConnell will be working from home this week as suggested by his doctors. The 83-year-old is not seeking re-election and will leave the Senate at the end of the year.
Those mostly clear skies are looking pretty great this morning, but as we head throughout the day, you can expect the clouds to increase. We're talking mostly cloudy skies by the time we roll into the afternoon. So what you need to know throughout the next several hours is it's going to be chilly this morning. Mostly clear skies early on typically leads to those cooler temperatures, and some more of that heat can escape back out into the atmosphere. So wear your coat as you're starting off your day. But by the afternoon, we're going to start to see that cloud cover increasing. Temperatures will hover around the 40s for you as you're going into the warmest parts of your day. So what you need to know from now until then is that those temperatures will gradually warm up. We'll hit the high temperature around that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock time frame. Neely.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. The good side takes us to an animal rescue in South Carolina.